So my name's Melissa, I'm one of the advanced nurse practitioners on the virtual ward. I'm here with Harry, who is the husband of a patient that we had twice on the virtual ward. Harry, can you tell me about the 2 times that your wife was on the virtual ward?
Certainly. First time was around Christmas 2023. My wife is a asthmatic, severe asthmatic. She also suffers from COPD. Her chest was always on basically a 6-week cycle with antibiotics, and sometimes just very poor health. She doesn't like going into hospital, that's the main thing. And she made it absolutely abundantly clear to me that unless she was actually on the point of dying, then she would not be entertaining a hospital or anything. I've cared for her many, many years, and I'm also quite good at spotting the signs of the onset of an asthma attack. And of course, the more that she got worked up by, the more intense was becoming the symptoms. So in desperation,
the urgent community response team.
That's right. And they sent somebody round, and including Jenny Campbell, and they gave her a full MOT. Just the fact that they turned up and that there was support there started to calm her asthma down, because that is the way it works. We then got the magic thing of SDEC, which, if I remember correctly, stands for Same Day Emergency Care. Absolutely brilliant. So she went there, which was our nearest hospital, Steppingham's Hill Hospital, absolutely adamant. And the great thing there was, he said, well look, we've got an alternative for you. Because you're here in SDEC, you can go home, but we need to keep an eye on you, and we're going to use, if you like, this. We've got a new thing called the virtual ward. So that was absolutely brilliant. So she came home a short while after, same day. One of the nice ladies from the virtual ward turned up with a box of bits, etc. Very, very easy to follow. Plugged it into the mains. It then linked us and explained it in detail to me what my duties were as a carer, which were not hard at all, very simply explained. And we then, while the antibiotics worked, we then got in a situation where she wasn't in hospital. That was the great thing, but she was having the same care, because we were doing it. I'm not a nurse, but I think they call them obs, where they do blood pressure, temperatures and all the things like that. Just the same as if she was sat in the hospital, but she wasn't. And that improved no end. So I think we were on it for, I think, just over, around about a week. We had a phone call every morning, which was very reassuring. If she had any problems at all, we knew to ring up. And it was the fact of the support which the virtual ward gave. It was as good as being in the hospital, and quite frankly, it saved a life. They basically looked at a problem and looked at all the different aspects of what was causing the asthma, along with the COPD. That, and she then arranged for her to be sent off to the different departments, etc. Spoke to one of the doctors for the virtual ward, because there was a little bit of, she had a hiatus hernia, I think that's what it's called, to make sure that the hiatus hernia wasn't masquerading as a heart problem where she would have a heart attack. All that's been investigated. She's now, as a result of that referral, been transferred to a specialist unit at Wythenshawe, where she's had this special a clinical trial, I think it was, approved. But there's only a few, and it's like an injection that she gets every 6 weeks. And touch wood, since 2023, she's been great. And I think it's absolutely marvellous. It saved her life. That is how much I value the virtual ward. So that's all I can say. We've had excellent experience.
Well, it sounds like you've had a really positive experience
on
the virtual ward.
Absolutely brilliant.
Can you think of any negatives about the virtual ward that you'd like to share?
No, not a 1. Perfect.
And you being a carer, has the experience been difficult or challenging in any way? What would you say to other carers out there who are managing patients?
I would say to other carers, fully use the virtual ward. It's the reassurance that you have of backup where you can ring somebody. When you're caring for somebody, the big thing is you feel like you're on your own, because the only thing that you've got is 3 nines. That's the big thing. And when you've got somebody who doesn't want to go into hospital, what do?
So I'll just round up and just say a massive thank you to yourself, Harry, for sharing with us your experience.
Thank you to the virtual ward. Thank you to the virtual ward and the associated services. SDEC, all marvellous. Everyone, marvellous.
Thank you.
Right, welcome.